everyone. Welcome to today's episode of the Success Principles for Stay-at-Home Parents. My name is Dr. Mrs. Blessing Ishomo. Today is day 82, and we are looking at the fourth skill or component in emotional intelligence, which is relationship management. And we started for over 81 days sharing principles, nuggets, things that can help you achieve your goals for the year. And I'm so grateful to be able to share some of the experience that I've had in this space and ideas and things that are helping. So welcome. I am a certified leadership coach, a certified trainer of the Success Principles Online, a family and sex coach, and I'm also a network marketing professional. And today we want to look at how you can relate with people effectively and get the best out of relationships. It could be at home, it could be with a romantic relationship, it could be with colleagues at work, it could be within teams. If you are heading a group, relationship management is key. Recently I was privileged to overhear, these days they do Zoom send-off parties, they do Zoom meetings, and many people are working from home. So I was privileged to listen as someone was being like a send-off for the person in my husband's workplace, and so many people turned out, and the tributes, some were funny, some were a bit emotional, and they kept using the word emotional, and he would laugh at times and say the man always uses that word. He's someone that helps out with when they have programs, he does the MC. But the man seemed to know almost everyone in the different departments. If he's passing by your office, he would stop by and say something or crack a joke or make people happy. And when he was leaving the system, people showed up. That's a relationship manager. He's been able to, in fact, some people thought he was hired and he wasn't an employee. He was an employee, and he had the wonderful hobby of uniting people through jokes, laughter, and all that, and he did a very good job. The ability of you being able to relate with people, relate with strangers, relate with people that are quiet or people that are on the extrovertish end, and have them communicate with you. It's powerful. Today I was out and about, and I needed to get to a particular destination, and I had someone come up that was supposed to take me there. And I tell you, from the word go, it was not looking like it would turn out to be a pleasant experience. Person was a bit, what word will I use? Kind of complaining, and in my head I was feeling, look, I'm paying, what is the problem? But when I came in and I started a conversation, complimented this person, because I noticed the person did something well. I complimented the person, and I overheard the person, talking on the phone and all that. And in the course of showing or helping the person see a shortcut or where to go to avoid traffic, I started talking, and I was saying I am a relationship coach and I help people with their mindset. Initially, I was almost pissed off with the way the person was responding, just complaining about everything. But then at some point, I just shared one or two things that could help. And in the end, just before the end of our being together, I was amazed. The person opened up and shared something really emotional. So it was something that happened that was making this person behave the way the person was behaving. Oh wow. And then we exchanged numbers, and I will be helping out with that situation. I shared this to imagine if I had gotten really, and I had every right to be angry. Like, look, this is unprofessional. I'm just start relating as if it's about me. Sometimes people are going through stuff, and when they're going through things, it can show up in something that is completely unrelated with what they are going through. You need to stand back and first of all share or say to yourself, it's not about me. It's like someone coming to your desk and saying, of all people that I have worked with, I have not seen someone this lazy and clumsy. What is this? This is crap. That can really be upsetting. But when you step aside and look at the whole thing, and you especially remember what we said about interpretation, when you interpret it as, okay, I'm willing to learn, and let me know where I can improve, and I know my worth. I know what I can deliver. And the fact that I've made a mistake here does not mean I am crappy or everything about me is bad. When you have that attitude, your self-esteem goes up. You don't have power over how the person relates with you. At the same time, you guard yourself from interpreting it as a direct attack on you. That person could be having a bad day, like the person I related with today, and you may never know. So being able to, especially I see this happen when people are having a discussion or they need something, and somebody does something that it's looking really annoying, and they just stand on that and they assert their, look, I won't take this from you. Who do you think you are? There is no need for that. Really, no need. It's not about you. You don't need to struggle to prove your innocence or prove that they're just shouting on you for no reason. Just let it go. Because sometimes it's not about you. So someone says to you, you're silly, you're an idiot, words that are hurting, you immediately put up your guard and say, man, I guess something is going on with this person. I know I'm not silly, neither am I an idiot. We'll figure this out. You are giving the interpretation that would help you become centered and calm enough to relate with that person. But when you go into the interpretation of, I don't know why I deserve to be called an idiot. Why when you start that on that road, you won't get it. You get angry, you begin to react, you get sweaty, you are, and it's all for what? So being able to communicate with people and understand that when there are issues, it's not about you. It can be about the work, but nothing is wrong with you. It's very, very important. Being able to hold eye contact and speak and engage people, it's very rewarding. We said something yesterday about giving your gift of presence. It's still part of relationship management. Being able to stop by a colleague or stop by the children or your spouse and check out what they're doing and connect. recognizing something positive about another person, saying, oh wow, I really appreciate the way you did this. Oh, you had your bath, or you took care of the dishes, thank you. It improves this relationship. Being able to publicly recognize someone. I remember when my daughter was 10, 11, when we started learning how to cook in the kitchen, I would, whatever she does, I will put it on Facebook. And I'll say, hey, my daughter made fried eggs for me today. And when somebody comes to the house to say hello to me, I would say, do you know I have a chef in this house? For every little thing she did, and I amplified it, she wanted to do more. So imagine you as the manager in any workplace. It could be a fast consumer goods chain, it could be an IT firm, wherever you are. If all you do all day is to move about like a military personnel, watching to strike down on your team or the workers, you ain't gonna go nowhere. You will not go anywhere with that attitude. Why don't you switch it and move around to catch them doing something good and encourage them? So, like Simon Sinek would say about the Four Seasons and Caesar's Palace, the same guy, Noah, in the Four Seasons, so happy, engaging, he loves his work. In Caesar's Palace, he is just wanting to stay under the radar and get his money. He doesn't want trouble, because the personnel, the management, two different things. In Caesar's Palace, they're just waiting to catch you do something wrong and deal with you. In Four Seasons, the managers actually walk up to you and say, what can we do to help you do your job? How can we help you? Imagine if you have that mindset and you reach out to your team members or those that you are working with, and your question is, how are you? How is your work going? Is there anything I can help out with? How can I help you become better? Someone is coming late to the office, and the first thing you want to do is go give a query. No. Hey, what's going on? You've been late for a period of time. What can we do about it? And genuinely look for ways to help out. When people feel you have their back, when they feel you genuinely have the interest for them to grow, I'm telling you, you're going to have a wonderful environment. It will not be toxic. People would not be looking for every opportunity to take excuse or hide under, they call it memo heaven, hide under all those stuff. They would be out and about. When you interpret that if you are not tough, people will not take you serious, you would miss out on the wonderful things of relating with people. So some people don't want to smile, they don't want to relate with their team that much because they want the respect of being the superior to be there. Nope, that's the opposite. You would get what we call fake love. People are just, hailing or smiling at you when you are there. When you're not there, oh my goodness. And the day you drop off from that position, you will know those who really are subordinates. You suddenly find out they would say good riddance to bad rubbish. So you don't want to be that kind of person. You want to be one who is empathetic, someone who did I use that word well? Empathic, I think that's the word. Someone who wants the best out of the other person. When you genuinely seek to understand the person, there are some people that are lazy. There are some people that would want to take advantage of you being genuinely interested in them. Oh, we do have ways to go about that. And it's such that when you are done with the person, whether it's a punitive measure or caution, the person will be happy for the fact that all through you are going through each of the stage, sharing, you know what we need, how can we help you, if you're still doing this, what do we do, and if you're not changing, okay, you get, this is the end of, you know, because some people would need some kind of jolt for them to, some, not everyone. There are people who genuinely, when you help them, they sit up and they focus. For some others, they create a habit of, you know, she would just say, don't do that. Don't be, it's not a laissez-faire thing. It's, you don't become a manager that cannot, or you don't become someone that cannot take firm decisions. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about you creating an environment that people can flourish. So how you communicate with people, your tone would go a long way. You can be saying all the right things and people can sniff and tell this is fake. You don't want to be that kind of person, because you become manipulative, and when people know you manipulate them, they will deal with you. You will not, productivity will go down, and you don't want that. Whether it's relationship or workplace, you do not want that to happen. So eye contact, your tone, the way you resolve situations when it's seeming conflict, or the way they bring up issues, sometimes, many times, not even sometimes, in places where there is toxic or the relationship is not going too well, people become defensive. They quickly, because they don't want to be indicted, they don't want to be told you are wrong. So when you are in that kind of situation, you don't play the offensive, and neither do you play I need to show this person who is boss. No need. It's just to be calm, become centered, take some deep breaths and ask, what's the worst scenario here? I don't know. I didn't do anything. Please don't come with that. Calm down. Where are we? What can we do to be better? What's the end result? That's what you should focus on. Because by the time you finish shouting, by the time you finish venting, it doesn't change anything. You know, so it's very important. I had one recently. My last child, he's 10 and wanting to help in the kitchen, and he wanted to take something. He went into the drawer, picked an old wooden spoon that was moldy, and dipped it into my very interesting sweet stew. I have prided, you know, I have felt really cool with not shouting for a long time. And when I entered the kitchen, I saw this wonderful helper. I lost it. I screamed. Why didn't you use the spoon that is on the pot? Why would you did not wash? I have that pet peeve, you know, with the medical background and all that. You're thinking of bacteria, you're thinking of fungi, you're thinking of And the child was really scared. I was wondering, I'm sorry, I thought the other one was dirty, so I used this one. Does this look clean in your eyes? But you know, after I made all that shout and made all that fuss about using an old wooden moldy spoon, or is this spatula, what my friends in the US will call it, it dawned on me that I have not said anything to this child. I've just been shouting. So I said to him, okay, so next time when you want to take anything from the pot, one, let us know so we'll help you out, or secondly, always wash whatever you pick from the drawer before you use it. That was what I was supposed to say in the first place. So I get it. We all have those times. We all have, when you are not expecting, you've done this wonderful thing, and someone comes up and the person just blows it up. So try to think about it and try to reduce such moments happening to improve your relationship with others. Try to think about what the other person wants. It could be your customer, it could be your colleague, it could be your spouse, it could be your child. Think of what they want and think of each time getting this feedback of how to serve them better, or giving them constructive feedback, helping them do things better by recognizing them and appreciating them publicly. When you do these things and when you genuinely put yourself in their shoes, trying to understand their story and not coming from your story, because they don't know anything about your story. So when you're angry, they have no clue why you're angry. When you understand from their side, like in the case of my little boy, he didn't see, he thought the spoon that was on the pot was already dirty. So in his head, the one in the drawer is better, right? So understanding from that angle doused all the anger. And I was able to just heat up my stew, and I still enjoyed it, and closed my eyes to the fact that whatever fungi and bacteria that is in it is cooked. It's turned protein. Okay, so I hope you've gotten something out of today's gist on relationship management. It's an ongoing thing. You learn and you adjust and you tweak, right? Make the other person feel like they are human beings. They can be heard, they are appreciated. When you're talking, watch your tone, because it can make all the difference. You can say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, oh. I've said 3 kinds of I'm sorry, and they are not the same. So things like that would help you, and being able to stand out from something that is looking difficult or someone is aggressive. Understanding it has nothing to do with you, and trying to understand the person and helping the person even when the person is insulting you. It doesn't get to you because you are not interpreting it as an insult. How about that? I hope you've gotten something today. Join us in the inner circle, and see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. West African time. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Mr. Dennis, for joining. Thank you, Toby, and every other person that would watch later. Bye for now.